listening to the Pillaging Podcast, companion podcast to PillagingJustForFun.com. That's PJ4F.com, the only Raider fan site made by Raider fans for Raider fans. Tune in every week on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Radio. Call in and leave us a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Phone lines are always open. Brought to you every week by Creative Media Design Studio. Check them out at CreativeMediaMonterey.com. Hey, yo, it's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's good, Che?
I'm still feeling it, man.
We're going to get into that.
We are going to get into it.
But give us some good news. You have something to plug right now?
Some good news. Some good news to all the Pillaging fans. The Instagram is a full go. If you are following us, you've seen quite a few posts of late. I had to take a couple days off after the game just to
hang your head,
just to hang my head, just to recoup, just to gather myself, and make sure that I didn't say anything that I would regret later. But
I wish more people would do it on social media.
I know, right?
Including our president.
Oh, damn.
Hey-o.
Yeah, I know, but the Instagram page is a full go, yo. So if you guys ain't following it yet, man, please make sure you get on there. You like us, you follow us. Same thing on if you're following us on iTunes, right? Make sure you give us a follow, man. So iTunes knows what's up.
Yeah, on iTunes. If you're listening on iTunes, if you can leave us a review, that would be great. iTunes algorithms basically based on user reviews.
There you go.
So to get us up to the front page, it's too late to be hot and new because I think we're on our 30th episode or something like that. But it's not too late to get us up to the front of the page and get more Raider Nation involved. The more listeners we have, the more action we get, the more kind of revenue we generate, and everything goes right back into the podcast and the website. We are not getting rich over here.
Hell no.
But it helps everything.
But it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So it's all good. I mean, the more you contribute, the more we can contribute, and it just goes around and around like that. But stay up to date with the IG. I'm also over on Twitter. I run the Twitter account, but now that you're on IG, it's kind
we're gonna have to link those up, man. We have to link those up.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to link everything up.
It's pushing me to be more active because I see you on IG. And I'm like, dang, I ain't really doing much over here. But I am running the website, so that's something.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
But yeah, that's where it goes down these days. So I need to be out there. I'm not a big social media person. I do all my social media is basically on PJ4F.com.
That's pretty much what I'm doing now with the IG for the Pillaging Podcast, man.
What I'm saying is like my online activity is restricted to the comment section, and it has been for the last, I guess, 10 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, our site hasn't been up that long, but from where we came from, that's pretty much like the community I interact with,
Right.
Because when I post stuff to Facebook, I don't even get likes, bro.
Oh, man. Don't say that, man.
I know.
Now you make me feel bad.
I'm too dormant over there.
Now I need to make sure I'm on Facebook liking your stuff, man, when you put some stuff up,
It's
man.
all good. I don't post nothing over there. I don't. And then when I go over there to look at stuff, I just get bored and I turn it off. Yeah, so I don't know.
I heard that, though, man. I heard that.
I like Twitter. IG's cool.
I'm probably more active now because of my baby girl, man, because I'm always posting up pictures of her, man.
There you are.
Letting everybody know what's up.
A baby pic will forever blow up on the
Oh,
internet.
yeah, that'll blow up
forever.
for days, man. Like, I'm getting likes like months later, dude. It's crazy. I never got that before.
I wish we could turn those in for real currency. If you could trade in Facebook likes for like baby formula, you'd be straight.
Oh,
You'd be
someone
straight.
needs to come up with that.
Right
there, man.
So
Straight trade.
So you launched the IG, and in the meantime, we also launched our first store. So
yeah.
I'm going to use the word bifurcated.
Okay.
Because the store is bifurcated, like a bifurcated tongue. It splits and it goes into two different directions. The reason why we did that is we could have got T-shirts done by Zazzle. Zazzle's basically an online store. You upload your image onto their products and then they sell it for you.
Right.
And their stuff's cool. Some of their stuff's better than others. You really can't screw up a coffee mug. But in my opinion, and in the past, my experience with their T-shirts is sucks. Their T-shirts aren't cool. They're mostly available in white, and it's just not a quality T-shirt.
Don't get mad at us, Zazzle. Don't get mad at us.
Don't get mad, Zazzle. Hey, I'm paying you. You're not paying me. Let's get it straight. And I don't want there to be no misunderstandings. So we turned to Creative Media Monterey. They are a design studio, a creative media design studio. CreativeMediaMonterey.com is their website. They are a design studio. These are people I've known for a very, very long time. One of the two I've known since high school. The other one I've known since shortly after, probably since college. So Tony and Steve over there, we are going to have them on the show. They are avid football fans. One of them's got a lot of love for Raider Nation. The other one is a part of Raider Nation. And they're both very talented individuals in their own right and good friends of mine. You've actually met both of them, Che. I don't know if you realize that, but you have.
I didn't realize that, but I'm sure if I see some pictures, I'd be like, "Yay!" Okay,
yeah. So we went to an art gallery showing.
Okay, yeah.
So they were the engine behind that was put on by Creative Media Design Studio.
Dope.
So dope, folks. Anyways, long story short, too late. We decided to go with them for our T-shirts. Number one, because they designed our logos, and number two, because it's homegrown, and I really wanted to get some revenue in their pockets. So any T-shirt you buy, money's going to go straight to them, and they deserve it for all the hard work that they do and that they're doing down here in the South Bay and the Central Coast area. I really want to see those guys come up as artists. Yeah, they're just really talented. It's not limited to just Raider apparel. They got cool stuff over there. Their store is going to slowly grow. They got a few things over there, but they do a lot of custom stuff, and not necessarily just you send them your design. You can go in there on Fridays. Basically, if you send them a message on their website every Friday, they pick out somebody from that pile.
Dope.
And we'll have them in for a free consultation on Friday.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool, and that includes designing your logo and everything for you. That's so cool, if you, no matter what your business is, they're great. And like I said, I'd rather lean on local people, loyal people like that, and put some money in their pockets as well. They're getting our name out there, and we're getting their name out there, and that's what a real sponsorship's all about.
That's it, man.
Not a parasitic type relationship. And I'd mentioned that we have an NFLshop.com sponsorship kind of waiting in the wings, but I'm really trying to feel that out because that's not the kind of relationship I want to get into, you know. We didn't start this website to make money. We started it to keep the community together and to make it bigger.
And because we're Raider fans, man.
That's it. And a lot of you out there have donated to the website. Some of you been very generous. I should just say all of you, whether it's you're contributing $5 or $100. I know you're contributing what you can, and that alone makes it a generous donation. And so just know that money's gone towards purchasing audio equipment, purchasing our SoundCloud subscription because that costs money every month to keep these shows on the air. We have Silver and Black 666, which basically he donates his time and his money to keep the website and the domain under our control. And it's really just been a big community effort. So again, just to wrap this back around, that's the reason why we went with Creative Media Monterey too. Their community, and they're part of our community now, and we're really proud to be partnered with them. So hit us up on IG. What's the IG?
It's the Pillaging Podcast. Real simple, man. Real simple.
And that's _Pillaging_podcast.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you just type in the Pillaging Podcast, it'll pop up.
Because we are the Pillaging Podcast.
We are the Pillaging Podcast.
Yeah. And if there's some of you out there that listen to other Raider podcasts, or you do one yourself, we don't see you as competition. Again, this is Raider Nation. We see you as community. So hit us up, contact us. There's a few different ways you can get a hold of me. You already know. You can just hit the website. Our contact information's on there. You can hit us up through IG, or of course on Twitter. I'm Kenny Stapler on Reddit. You can find us there. It's pretty easy to get a hold of us. Hit us up if you want to come on, you want to have us on, you want to do some cross promotion. We're all about building. You want to meet up at a game or a tailgate, we can do that too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's get it. So that's all the feel good fluffies. That's out of the way now. And
damn it,
I was really on the fence about whether or not I wanted to pick this scab, because it's scabbed over now. I feel like it's scabbed over now, but we're about to pick this scab and let it run.
It's about to bleed again, man. It's about to bleed again.
So this first segment, we are going to break down this Redskins game. We're going to try to explain away some of the pain for you, but we're also going to vent for you a little bit too, because I know there's a lot of fans out there feeling a certain kind of way. And in the second segment, we're going to get into this Broncos game. So I was going to get up and turn on the lights, but it's a dark time right now.
Turn off the lights.
So I'm going to leave the lights off.
And light a candle. Teddy P! Rest in peace, Teddy P.
Rest in peace, Pendergrass. So Che, I'm going to ask you, how should Raider fan be feeling right now? There's a lot of folks just spamming the panic button right now.
I know, man. I saw a lot of it too. As a matter of fact, I want to stay away. Like I said, I stayed away from the podcast Instagram. I was just like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But I made the mistake of looking at my personal Instagram, and I was like, damn it.
Oh, anyways.
Man, dude. All right, man. Right off the bat, you have every right to feel let down, angry, disappointed, worried, concerned. I think we were all feeling that way, right? We were all feeling a little concerned, a little disappointed, a little what's the word, man?
I'm angry, goddammit!
That's it, man. That was it. And luckily, I had Kenny over here to text and vent as this
Got you.
this embarrassment. It's really an embarrassment.
I'm glad you said embarrassment.
This embarrassment was taking place. I was fuming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of Raider fan, man. I'm the type of Raider fan that feels like he literally has a part in wins and losses.
You don't have to say you're the type of Raider fan.
I'm
a
not a
Raider fan.
I'm a real Raider fan. Okay, let's just say that. I'm a real Raider fan that feels like he actually plays a part in wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was a little disappointed in myself because the first two games, I watched them at home in my sacred spot, right?
Yeah.
And everything turned out well. My brother
Okay.
gave me a phone call.
Okay.
He said, "Hey, come through. Let's barbecue." And I don't know a Raider fan that's ever turned down a barbecue.
Never.
So I was like, "Yeah, man, that sounds good." Right? We're Raider fans.
Las Vegas Raider fan turned down plenty
I
of
mean,
barbecues. It's hot out there.
It's hot. It is hot out there, right? But I felt like, okay, I can go back to my parents' house. You know, my parents' house. I watched lots of Raider games there. You know, so I'll be all right.
Space.
I'll be safe. I'll be
Safe
safe.
space, yeah.
But then I sat down on that couch,
Prodigal son returns.
and this embarrassment of a game started, and I started to feel like, man, I need to get back home. Like I need to go back to my spot to save this game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I felt. That's how I felt. But things went bad quickly. They went bad early. I even text you, putting some blame on you for saying that Derek Carr was going to throw an interception, and he threw one in the first series of the game. And I was like, God damn it, Kenny. God damn it, Kenny.
I did that.
You did that.
Yeah.
But I understand where you were coming from, but I love you, man.
I love you too, bro.
But I just want to make it clear right here, right now. No more negativity on the podcast.
I got you.
No more negativity on the podcast.
Hey, lesson learned.
Okay, let's keep it positive from here forward. Because I'm going to get real angry next time.
Don't you put that on me, Jay.
But I texted you and I was like, God,
Yeah.
yo, you jinxed us. I said, you jinxed us.
I did say he was going to throw his first interception of the season.
And then I was like, okay, we'll get this one back.
Yeah.
And you're like, we're winning this game, right?
Yeah.
And then we came out the second series and we saw more of the same bullshit. All right, and then you guys already know. You already know what it was like, because if you sat there and you watched the game, and I'm a real Raider fan. So you know I sat through the whole game steaming, pissed, waiting for them to look like the team that I know. And it never happened. It never happened, man. Never happened. So in that moment, on that day, I was feeling pretty hopeless, man. I was feeling pretty hopeless. I'm sure a lot of other people were feeling pretty hopeless. But it's a new week, and we got a different challenge in front of us. And so that's where my focus is gone. I know we're about to review this game, so I'm going to go right back into that low space, that low place that I've been in. But Yeah, man. I probably needed the whole week. Man, I probably should have taken a week off of work to recover from this game because that's how bad I was feeling. I was feeling really upset, and that's putting it lightly. Because right now we're still doing this safe for work podcast, but soon as we decide on which podcast we're gonna do that, maybe I'll have to bring back some of the anger that I had from this day because, whoo.
It should have been. It should have probably,
It should have probably been this day.
Yeah, it should have been this day. But hey, we're trying to keep it. We know a lot of you guys out there. You drive to work. Maybe you listen to this show with your kids or what have you.
Yeah. We have to give you a warning. Maybe we have to give you a couple weeks in advance, man.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
Because if anything,
it's about to get not safe.
If anything, Che and I are not safe for work. You would not want to have us at your workplace.
No.
That wouldn't,
No. It takes a lot of work over here to make sure that we keep it correct.
We try to keep it on the up and up.
We try to keep it correct over here.
So
it doesn't always work. I know there's been some podcasts where some stuff sneaked through.
It happens.
It's all good. It's not your fault.
But just kind of echo your sentiments a little bit. Embarrassment is what it was. You're a Raider fan, so you're used to being a certain way for a long time. It's about 14 years of embarrassment. And we finally get our shot on Sunday Night Television this year to really live up to the hype against an opponent where we thought maybe we can show off some of that.
And not to cut you off, because we took a big stance on that game, and we went out on and we said, you know what, we're better than these guys. I don't pull away from that. I really do believe that we are better than the Redskins. And I really do believe that had we gone out there and played the way we should have played, made the corrections on the fly that we should have made, then we would have been all right. But we didn't do that. I don't know what the reason was, but we got spanked, man.
So what I say is an embarrassment is we're on national television.
Yeah.
And I know from the first play on, a lot of you guys out there were hearing the echoes of people in your head. You're going to go to work the next day and, same old Raiders. Oh, thought you guys were good. Oh, there you go. Right back. Same old Raiders. And I know a lot of you probably heard that this week. But we're here to tell you, there's no reason to panic. This team's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Every year, even since we've been on the up and up, we've crapped the bed once a season.
It's true.
2 years ago, we came out week one really excited about our new draft pick, Amari Cooper, about our new weapons, and we drop one against the Cincinnati Bengals, and it was devastating. I remember watching that in my not good luck place, and that happened, and I said I'm not leaving the house for the rest of the season. And then the next week we came back, we got back on track against Baltimore, and the rest of the season was a good season for us. We felt good.
The Bengals game was a home game, wasn't it?
It was a home game.
I was at that.
I
almost went not safe. I almost went not safe.
That's right, you were.
I was at that damn game.
You were at that game,
and I was fuming, man. I was fuming.
And then last year, we had the Kansas City Chiefs at home, and we felt like it was all lining up for us to right all the wrongs, get that monkey off our back. And they came out and they straight up made us look foolish with all their pre-snap adjustments and motions. I mean, they made Alex Smith look like a damn genius in that game, and we looked like idiots, and we lost that game 26-10. We come back the next week. We put 33 on the Jaguars on the road, and we go on the second week to beat the Buccaneers. Seth Roberts beat the Buccaneers in overtime. So we come back on track the week after. So I don't expect us to drop back-to-back games again this season. We have Denver coming up, and we'll break that down, and that's not an automatic win, and I'm not guaranteeing you a win, but I'm saying I don't feel like we're dropping back-to-back games this season.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about this Redskins game and give you guys maybe some insight as to what happened and why it happened. If you read my article earlier in the week, I break some of that down, and then big fan of Ted Nguyen. He posted an article later on, I believe it was that evening or the next day, where he kind of echoed the same things I was saying, but of course, as Ted, he got way into it, real far in detail. But I felt good seeing that what I had seen is what he had seen, because for me, he's the benchmark. He breaks down games like nobody else right now in the business, at least for the Raiders. I endorse this guy heavily. You can say what you want about me being on Ted's jock, but hey, man, he deserves it. He deserves it. If you're a Raider fan, you need to follow this dude. So attempt to explain this away a little bit, and Che already touched on it. Now, I can't explain away all of it because some of it was just bad play. And some of it really comes down to the Redskins just being on top of us. They got on top of us from the get-go. The crowd was there. Everything was lining up in their favor. If you've ever been to a game in the black hole, you've seen this happen to our opponents. We may be getting an equally matched opponent come into the black hole. I remember this years and years ago. I think it was like the 2000 season, 2001. The Buccaneers came in. They weren't a great team at that time. They had Sean King at quarterback. But they were still a dominant defense, and they were hurting teams in the NFL that year. And I think we beat them it was like 45-3. It was a blowout game. Somebody can correct me on the score, but it was a crazy blowout game. I was there for that, and it was one of those things where the crowd just got on top of them. It did not let up, and we just fired on all cylinders, and we took that momentum from the opening kickoff all the way to the end of the game. So that was part of it. That's the non-technical breakdown of the game. You got to give their fans some credit. Raider Nation was out there in full support. We had a good showing, but you got to give that stadium credit. They were jumping over there, and that was part of it. Momentum is a factor in any sport, and they had it from the jump. Right. The main thing that happened, and I talk about this, so if you read the article, you're going to hear some of the same stuff right now. But basically, in the NFL, it's a week-to-week league. You need to change up.
Yep.
There's so much film, and there's so much technology in the league these days that you can't stand pat. So, I mean, you can and you can't, and I'll explain that a little bit more in a second. But especially in the first 2 weeks, you can maybe get away with that as teams are trying to figure out what they got, what their personality is, what their strengths and weaknesses are. By week 3, all that's been sorted out. Anybody that bets the NFL knows this. Weeks 1 and 2 are very, very difficult to bet as teams kind of jump around a little bit. Weeks 3, 4, you start to settle in, and now you're getting to see what you're going to get for the rest of the season. So in week 3, it's very, very important to pivot. You have to pivot. You have to shift. You have to adjust. Now, what I said is you do and you don't. What that means is you may have 33 set plays that you run in a game, but you're going to run those out of 60 different looks.
Right.
You're going to run the inside zone, which is what we run. We run a lot of inside zone to Marshawn Lynch, but you're going to disguise that look in maybe 4 different 5 looks. And out of those 4 or 5 looks, you may pre-snap motion in 2 of them. Sometimes and sometimes you don't. So you're running a lot of the same plays. You're just disguising them. We didn't do that on Sunday. We came up, we lined up. It looked exactly like it did against the Jets. Well, guess what? The Redskins aren't the Jets.
Right.
Okay.
And we said that.
We said that.
We said that. And, when I said we're about, this could get out of hand and we could beat them, I really believed it. And I don't stop believing it. I really think we could have, but we just didn't come with the right game plan. Man.
The problem is they believed it too.
Yeah.
This team believed that a little bit too much. So much that they had the audacity to come out and line up in duos, which is a cornerstone play for us. But they hoist the ball in the air. They try to run that without first establishing the run. Now, I didn't really have a problem with that play because if you look at it, the safety turns his hips inside. He looks like he's going to cheat towards the middle of the field. Cooper has his man beat. He's at least in one-on-one coverage, and for me, that just means he's got him beat. It's Amari Cooper. I'm throwing the ball up there too. But the way Carr throws the ball up there so nonchalantly, I could just we're the Raiders. I could flick this up there. He's gonna come down with it.
Yeah.
Nope. Lofted it, duck, gave the safety plenty of time to get back over and make that catch. So that kind of nonchalance and confidence would continue on. We got a 3rd and 1. And Marshawn Lynch catches the ball out of the backfield, pushes forward as much as he can to make nothing into something, sets up a 3rd and 1. What do? We go 4 verticals down the field.
Exactly.
This is like a kid playing Madden, like cracked out on sugar cereal at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. You can't.
Get rid of those Cocoa Puffs.
I'm surprised we didn't go for it on 4th down right there, But you got to pound the rock at that point. Everything that we did was so out of character and out of rhythm for us. We were running the same plays, but completely out of sync. You can't motion Cordarrelle Patterson back into the backfield and expect for it to have the same exact effect that it had the week before.
Right.
A trick play has to trick people.
Right.
If you're not tricking people, you can't run trick plays.
It's not a trick play once it's been a trick play.
Thank you.
Man.
You want to motion Cordarrelle into the backfield? Cool. Do that, and then snap the ball and throw it.
Yeah.
Do something different there.
Yeah.
Make them guess. All right, so the other thing, and you got to give credit to Washington for this because they game planned the hell out of us.
Hell yeah.
And they kind of took a chess strategy. So they knew that we're game planning them. Obviously, we're going to do that. We're not looking past any team. But they also know that they run predominantly a man defense. They're anchored down by Josh Norman, who's one of the best coverage corners in the league. Like him or not, he's got a big mouth. I happen to like Norman, but they're anchored by him.
I wouldn't be mad if he was on our team.
That's what I'm saying. And they run a man scheme predominantly. They did all last year. They did for the first 2 weeks. But what did they do on Sunday? Pivot. They shifted. They come out. They run predominantly zone defense. Derek Carr looked like a deer in the headlights when he dropped back the pass, and he saw something completely different than what he had expected and game plan for.
Yeah.
Now that's boo on you, Derek, and that's boo on you, Todd Downing, because number one, you should have had the wherewithal to have a backup plan. You should have known better to run the same offense you ran the week before. And Derek Carr, you are talented enough to audible at the line and get out of these looks.
Yeah.
These shallow crossing routes, these streak patterns, these comebacks, all of these floods, all of these concepts that are designed to trick man defenses but don't necessarily work in a zone. You got to know better than that. You see a defense in a soft zone, give the ball to Marshawn.
Yeah.
But no, you're too busy Downing going 5 wide and getting no protection for our quarterback in the backfield. You got no protection on a 3-step drop against a zone defense. Of course you're going to get sacked.
Yep.
You know what the Redskins did? They saw that 1.9 second average release time that was being touted for Derek Carr, and they knew exactly how those routes were going to be timed. You could see it on the second interception. They're sitting there waiting for the ball.
Yep.
Because like a machine, Derek Carr released the ball.
Yep.
Now, this is a knock that's been on Carr, and we haven't brought this up, but I think it's known as he does stare down receivers. He gets locked in. He's like, this ball's going to go to so-and-so, and when the ball snapped, that's where the ball's going. And he didn't go through his reads on a lot. And to his credit, when he tried to, he also got sacked too.
Yeah.
Anything over 2 seconds was too long because the line was collapsing.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Whole nother issue.
So that's a whole different story too. I mean, I did not expect to see the line play like that. I'm not even going to get into the national anthem story. We keep it real non-political on this show.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think that's something that we need to touch on. Everybody is entitled to their own beliefs, their own perceptions of it. Yeah. But to try to blame that as the reason as to why our team lost the game,
that's childish.
Now I call boo boo on that. Okay,
that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah. Like there's no reason for us to try to play that game. Okay, let's not sit here and say, oh yeah, because you guys were too busy planning your protest, you guys didn't game plan. Really, man, you have a whole week to game plan.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, you don't game plan the day of the game. You don't game plan the day that you're in the locker room waiting to go out to the actual game. The game planning happens all week long. Okay, it had nothing to do with game planning. The protest didn't have nothing to do with the game planning, and on top of that, every single team demonstrated some kind of way. Every single team in the NFL. I saw some nonsense about all the teams that took a knee lost. No, that's not true, because the Jacksonville Jaguars took a knee and they blew out the Ravens. Okay, and there's so many teams that did that.
Cowboys took a knee, they won their game. Jerry Jones took a knee.
Jerry Jones took a knee.
Not only did he take a knee, he chased down a cameraman to make sure that everybody got to see him take a knee. I watched that video on YouTube.
Hey, check this out. Look at how united I am with my African American players. Look at how united I am.
Look at me kneeling with all these black people. Check me out, Donnie boy.
Oh man,
that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
But you know what though? But you know what though? Again, we're not getting into the politics.
Yeah.
But
that's ridiculous.
After the stuff that was said and after things that were done, there's a there's a reason why every single NFL team had some kind of demonstration. Okay? Yeah. And let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it, whether you would have done it, that's your thing. That's your personal thing, and that's okay. You're entitled to that too. But don't get mad because these people decided to demonstrate in a different way.
And let me remind you that just the week prior, Derek Carr has this thing, okay? You're not going to take your quarterback out of his routine. And remember, this was touted as the offensive line. The only all-African-American offensive line in the NFL was going to kneel together in a show of unity. Derek Carr does not play on the offensive line, so let's get that straight, number one. And last week, while Khalil Mack kneeled in front of him, Carr put his hand on the back of his shoulder to show unity. It was also a symbol. And
Yeah.
they did that very much on purpose. So they know that their quarterback is in their corner. And believe you me that it came out this week. There was already an article where they're interviewing, I think it was KO, and they said, no, don't get it twisted. We got our quarterbacks back. So
there you go.
they know what they did. They know they got messed up. They know, again, you can try to explain all of this away, but at the end of the day, we got punched in the mouth. And the offensive line knows that. That was a big hit to their pride. You can look at KO. He gave up 2 of those 4 sacks. I think that was the first sack he's given up since 1978. So, yeah, look it up.
1978.
Look it up.
Oh, was that when he was born or what?
Yeah.
He hasn't given a sack
Gave
since
up
he
a
came
sack.
out.
So, look for an offensive line to get back on track this next week against a very difficult Denver opponent. They have something to prove, and maybe that's what
Yes,
we
they
needed.
do.
Maybe that's what we needed on Sunday night because
Hey, we said it. Maybe we even did, okay? Maybe we even got overconfident, okay? As fans, because we were flying high, right?
yeah,
Sometimes you need to get punched in the mouth to bring you back down to earth and make you remember, okay, we're here to work.
yeah,
Okay? So that's exactly what the Raiders need to do right now. They need to take that punch in the mouth and not piss and cry about it and say, you know what? We need to get over ourselves. We need to get back to work and do what we said we are going to do, and that's win a damn championship, man.
yeah. It's something we don't have to spend a lot of time about, but I just wanted to point out Carr's struggled in night games. He struggled in big games in general.
Night games.
He struggled last year against Houston. Obviously, he struggled last year against Kansas City, and that night game just looked like a shell of himself. He struggled in big games.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he struggled again this weekend. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff working against him, but hopefully we see him snap out of that because if you're going to go anywhere in this league, you need to be able to perform on the big stage. This is a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. If you can't exercise those demons, you might as well just shut that down right now because we're a first-round knockout if that's the case.
Yeah.
If that's the way it's going to look, then what difference is it? We might as well put E.J. Manuel in there week 1.
Yep.
That's a hot take.
True.
That's a hot take. But
Hot take.
Hot. But Carr, man, I mean, we're looking at you. We believe in you, and we know that you can do it. We said that. I mean, I said at the beginning of this, with the next step he would have to take this season is beat KC and to do more calls at the line. We saw more specific play audibling against the Jets. It disappeared against the Redskins. And we didn't mention it, but really what he has to do is step up in big games.
Yeah.
That's what he has to do.
Pretty much. But you know what, man? There wouldn't be so much disappointment. We wouldn't be so upset and so embarrassed if we didn't believe in the dude. Okay? That's the number one thing. Everybody here, everybody that's a Raider fan believes in Derek Carr. So it's a matter of him getting himself together and doing what we all know he's capable of doing because we've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
And the confidence, it just wasn't there that day.
It wasn't.
It wasn't there for whatever reason. You know what? Let go of it, get over it, and show something new.
You know what? No, don't get over it.
Well, no, okay.
Because I like Derek Carr with a chip on his shoulder.
There you go. I like that
move
too.
forward,
okay,
right?
yeah, but definitely move forward and definitely realize, hey, you know what? All the talk, all the hype, everybody that's talking about us saying that the Raiders are the best competition to the Patriots and that they might go to the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. We all believe it. Okay, we're all with you. But that doesn't mean you just say, okay, everyone's going to lay down for us because that's not going to happen, man.
Yeah.
People ain't going to lay down for you. And as a matter of fact, people are going to want to beat you even more, okay? There's not a team that's won a championship or that is the favorite to win the championship that doesn't get the best from every single team every single week. So that's exactly what the Raiders need to expect. If your guys are at the top of the list as far as who's favored to win, then expect everybody's best. And the week that you decide that you're going to try to just cruise by, that's the week you're going to get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah. And don't get it twisted. This team was not going to go 16-0. We already know that. But hey, right now, we're a wild card team until proven otherwise. We still have to beat KC. They got a running back that's averaging 8 yards per carry, and so that's what it is. Sure, we made a prediction that we're gonna finish out the season 14-2 or 13-3.
13-3. It's still in the. It's still possible.
Still in the mix.
It's still in the mix, man.
But as much as I'd hate to say it, so could KC. So we just need to keep on keeping on, and just like my Luke Cage fans out there know what I mean when we say this. Always move forward. So before we move on, because we're gonna move on right now.
Can I hit you with some soul to soul? Give all on moving.
We're gonna highlight a couple things from this game, and then we're gonna move on. Before we do that, who are we gonna put in? Who's the garbage player of the week?
Oh man,
Are we gonna put Todd? Are we gonna put Todd Downing in there? Are we gonna put Amari Cooper in there?
Man, I'm sorry, yo, but
we're gonna put Derek Carr in there.
But I'm not gonna give it to just one player, man.
You want to give it to the whole offensive line?
I'm gonna give it to the whole offensive team, man. The whole offense, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all didn't do it, man. Nobody showed.
Get in the truck.
Nobody showed. Everybody get in the truck, man.
Back it up. So let's move forward. Highlights from this game. There's a couple. A lot of people disagreed with me this week on the blog, but I thought the defense played outstanding in the first half.
Hey, we were down 14-0 at the half. Mm-hmm. And it, by all means, it could have been 30-0, man.
Could have been 30-0, 28-0, 35-0. Take your pick. We were on the field. I believe that defense was on the field for 23 minutes and change.
There you go.
There's 30 minutes and a half.
Yep.
They were doing okay by my standards in a road game all the way across the country on national television with a much maligned defense. The defense has been put to task and pinned against the wall basically since Jack Del Rio showed up here and even before that. So personnel changes and whatnot, draft picks and whatnot, they continued to be hamstrung by the same weaknesses and challenges every single week. And I liked what I saw for the first half of the game on Sunday. It was promising. It was the only thing I could latch on to. So let's look. I think the highest overall player for us was Khalil Mack.
Yep.
85 overall grade from PFF. He looked good. He was getting challenged one-on-one on the end. I like to see that. Mm-hmm. He was getting held, but he was getting through too. He won a lot of his matchups, and a lot of them I would give him a tie. Donald Penn graded out at 84.6. This is kind of where PFF gets slippery because I thought Penn had a poor game, but he still grades out okay. I think he gave up one sack in a hurry. The other person that's on there that kind of jumped out to me was Emerson, but I looked a little bit closer. He graded out at roughly a 79, but I looked at that because I was like, because he did give up the touchdown.
Yeah,
he got burnt.
Yeah.
But outside of that, he only allowed 28 yards. I think it was targeted 7 times, and there was 3 receptions, and out of those 4 incomplete passes, he knocked down 3 of them.
Yeah. And you know what? Those came after a couple of those came after the touchdown.
Yeah,
he had a little chip on his shoulder. He was upset, which is good. You should be upset. You gave up a touchdown.
Yeah,
and on the touchdown, hate reliving it, man. But on the touchdown, I was more upset not in his actual coverage, man. His coverage was good. He was actually in play for the interception. His mistake was that he tried to wait for the ball to come into his chest. If he would have put his hands up in the air like Garyon did the week before,
high point the ball.
Yeah, high point the ball. That dude wasn't going to catch that ball. He waited for it. He had his hands underneath his chin waiting for the interception. Dude jumps over the top of him, grabs it over his head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, that you should have a chip on your shoulder. And especially that's your former team. Yeah, that's your former team, man. So, like, you should have wanted to have the best game you've ever had against those dudes. You know what I mean? And it, you graded out well, but you did give up the touchdown, and that matters, man. At the end of the day.
So, who do you want to make our MVP this week? Is there one? Can we give one? Do you just give it to Khalil Mack and walk away? You know who I'm going to give it to? Who I think played actually a really good game, kept us in it for the most part. Marquette King punted the hell out of the ball on Sunday.
You know what, man? I agree with that. I don't disagree with that. But KJ played pretty well, man.
Yeah, he got burnt once too.
He got burnt, but he was coming downhill. He was laying down. He was laying some hits down, and he was coming up on the run. I really liked what I saw, especially in the first half when we were talking about how they held up.
Yeah,
he did really well early in the game, especially. But yeah, Marquette King, he's gonna go out there. He's gonna kick the ball. He put up that nice high pointed punt that like shook that dude. That dude was out there. He was like, I'm waiting too long, and then he just muffed it, man.
Yeah. So
it gave us a chance, man. Gave us a chance.
I want to give it to Marquette just because if anything, that's a sign of how bad we played when your punter's the MVP. So Marquette King,
you're the real MVP.
Enjoy it. Hopefully next week you ain't. So that was a rather long first segment. We had a lot to get through there.
Oh man. Oh. One more thing though.
Okay.
One more thing. Okay.
Get it out, man. Get the poison out.
One more thing. Terrell Pryor.
Yes, sir.
Did you have that big game yet?
The season start yet?
Did the season start for you yet?
What happened?
Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to make that point. I hope you hear us too, man.
I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. we're gonna catch you guys on the other side. Hopefully hear from a couple callers. Let's see. I don't know if we have anything in just yet. We got one call last I checked by 303. Anyways, get in there. Check us out every week, 408-909-PJFF. Please leave your takes. You don't have to wait till Thursday to call in. You can leave that message anytime. It'll show up, but don't have to be specific. Just keep it Raiders related. That's all I really care about. Anything else you want to say before we go to break?
Nah, man, let's get over this already.
All right, I'll see you guys on the other side. We out here.
Peace.
Kenny, 303 Raider. Big week, especially for me. I live here. I just got my ticket, super pumped. Gonna meet up with Jesus Raiders Jim. I don't know if Tuck or anyone else is gonna make it. Anyways, I think the keys for this game are simple. Definitely have to stop CJ Anderson and the Russian attack of Denver. If they run all over us, we're in trouble. Force Simeon the pass. I know our corners aren't holding up too well, but I think that's our best bet. To stopping this offense, because Simeon is prone to turnovers. He has 6 games in a row where he's thrown at least 6 or at least 1 pick in each game. That's tied for the NFL lead with Joe Flacco, so we want to force him to let Matt get after Twatson. On offense, run the ball. Gotta run the ball, gotta be balanced. We don't want Carr throwing it 40 times a game. And of course, Carr, we would love to see Carr hit Cooper in Denver. I'll be there in the north end zone cheering on the Raiders. If we can do all that, we're walking out of there with a W. 303 predicts Raiders 23, Donkeys 21. I'm out. Have a great night.
What's up, nation? This is Big Ted 707. Called in last week, and I was saying that we should have just forfeited that game against Washington. I still kind of feel that way, wish we had. But at least we came out of there with not a lot of injuries. So hopefully they took my advice. They started prepping for Denver early, and we'll be ready to take on this game this week. It's a big game this week. In my opinion, it's practically like a playoff game for both of these teams. You don't want to drop a division game in this tight of a division. Some of the keys to the game, I think, instead of trying to go deep early like we did against Washington, I'd like to see us do some checkdowns, some game management, take what the defense allows us early in the game, maybe later in the game, late in the second quarter, early third quarter. Then let's start taking some chances, maybe doing some deep shots down the field. Try to be a little more forceful and aggressive at that point of the game. But let's try to get some easy stuff early. Take what the defense gives us and matriculate down the field, as they say. I'd like to see beast mode, get some action. I want to see him playing most of the first half. Maybe sit him the third quarter, bring him back in the fourth. If we can put the game away at that point. And some battles I'm looking for are, how Newhouse handles Von Miller on the right side, keeping Derek Carr clean, and also interested to see how Menelik Watson handles Khalil Mack on the right side for Denver. Hopefully, Mack can get some pressure, some sacks, some fumbles, some touchdowns, whatever. Hopefully we win this game. I see us winning by 4 points. I'm going to say 24-20 Raiders. And that's all I got for this week. Go Raiders.
Yo, what up, folks? Tahoe Raider here. Just calling in to let you know that this team will bounce back. Took one on the chin, and they ain't no bitches, man. They're gonna get back up and punch other motherfuckers in the mouth. I guess maybe I should watch my language, so I'll have to call back with a different, revised version of what I'm trying to say. But essentially, gonna come back and kick ass because Jack Del Rio isn't gonna let our team get handled like that and just not say anything. Khalil Mack's not going to get handled like that and just not come back and try to do something about it. You know what I mean? Crabtree, Coop, Carr, Lynch. These dudes aren't just, punks, man. They're going to come back, play hard, and get a win. I hope. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, and we're back. Great call there by 303 Raider. As of right now, he's the only one that's called in this week. I don't blame you. Numbers were down last week on listens as well. I'm sure because we pick up some extra numbers after the game, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were not in the mood to hear us, so I don't blame you. But yeah. Thank you for calling in 303. He actually lives out there in Denver. He's embedded in enemy territory. So as he already mentioned on the call, so thank you already for holding it down. And another member of our community, Jesus Raider Jim, is going to be out there joining him too. Great member of our community. The first person to actually ever interact with me on the blog when I first joined up. So shout out to you, Jesus Raider Jim. And they'll be out there. So we're going to give you guys our keys to the game really quick. It is Broncos week. Trending right now over there in Denver's hashtag FTR. I'll let you figure out what that means. I think we need to start our own hashtag FTB over here on the West Coast. Let you guys figure out what that means. But those of you on Twitter and Instagram, hashtag FTB, let's make it happen. It is Broncos week.
Yeah, you can go George Lopez, man. You can go with the FTP, man.
You can. We're non-political, though. We're non-political. So injury report really quick, and then we'll get into the keys. So right now, as of Thursday, we had everybody was a go in practice. Limited was Gary and Conley, Crabtree, and McGill. McGill's really a non-factor, but it's good to see Crabtree's been out there. He's been limited since the start of the week, even with that chest injury. X-rays were negative on that. And Conley's really just battling the shin stuff still. I'm guessing it's just tender. I'm just guessing it's tender. He didn't practice Wednesday. But he was limited Thursday, and then tomorrow's one more practice before the game on Sunday. So I imagine Conley's going to go in this game. He's going to have to. Smith, I think, played all but 2 snaps in the last game. So you see a coordinator right now trying to figure out what exactly to do with Sean Smith, who got burnt by a 33-year-old version of Vernon Davis, who I didn't even know was still in the league. To be quite honest with you.
And you know what though? I don't think we would have even known he was still in the league. Right, their starting tight end I think was injured.
Yeah, Jordan. I think it's Jordan Lee.
Reed.
Jordan Reed. Yeah, Jordan Reed was out. So we had mentioned that being a benefit to us, and little did I know that Vernon Davis would step up and do the damn thing. But
well, it's like I told you the day of though. I was like, if there's one thing that the dude can do, and he's always been able to do, he may not have been able to catch the ball very effectively his whole entire career, but he could run.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what he did. He ran right past Sean Smith
and that's
into the end zone, man.
And that's what Smith can't do is run.
Yeah.
So Jalen Richard, who was limited Wednesday, was a full go as well. And Amari Cooper, who's been still nursing his knee, is a full go. I don't know what the issue is there. He does not catch balls with his knee, although maybe he should start giving it a shot. Denver Broncos, on the other hand, there's a lot of highlighter on this. But it looks like they're actually in pretty decent health. Cody Latimer was limited on Wednesday but did not practice Thursday. That's a wait and see for them. Full go with Jamal Charles, who did not participate Wednesday. He's the backup running back over there. Yeah. Paxton Lynch still out. Does not matter. He's probably not going to play unless we knock the snot out of Trevor Siemian, which I hope we do. Limited was Bradley Roby. So that's interesting. That's news right there. But that's an ankle injury. I don't think that's going to keep him out of the game.
Tape it up.
And then Aqib Talib, which was non-injury related Wednesday, he did not participate, but he was a full go Thursday. So he's probably just taking care of some personal business or something, somebody's birthday or somebody's sick. I don't know. Non-injury related, didn't make it Wednesday, but Talib's going to be in that game on Thursday. So that's what it is for our injury report, and we're going to get into our keys to the game. I'm going to let Che get a little bit more in depth about this. I got a key matchup I want to talk about as well. And then obviously 303 already gave you his keys. I think he was pretty much on the money, but you want to talk about it. So what's your key to the game? What's your multiple keys to the game? How we win this? How do we get back on track in week 4?
All right. Letting go. We're letting go. We're letting go of the past, man. We're letting go of the past. gone.
Gone.
It's gone. I saw it go down. It's gone.
Remind me to turn that down because that was really loud.
yeah. You almost bust my eardrums over here. This is a loud toilet, man. I don't know where you got that sound effect from. It's too loud. But I think I'm gonna start with the defense. Okay, offense. Keys to the game is show up. Okay, keys to the game for the offense: show up today.
Yeah,
show up this weekend. Okay,
board the plane
because I didn't see you. I didn't see you last week. I don't know where you were. You guys were on vacation.
They were sightseeing in DC.
I didn't see any of you guys. I didn't see anybody out there last week from the offense. So
don't eat the food.
Whatever, dude. Whatever you got to do, okay? And don't come up with any excuses, man. Pack a lunch, whatever it is that you got to do. Yeah. Show up. Just show up to the game this week, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to focus on the defense because I think that's going to be key. Because I think it can be, we could be in for a close game.
And let me pause right there because I was hyping the defense in the first segment of the show, and I already know people are gonna be like, "Oh, the defense was trash. Look at the stats." Well, look, when the levee broke, it all went to hell.
Yeah,
sure. You can't leave the defense out there all game and expect them to be a shutdown performance. We're not the Baltimore Ravens, right? So just wanted to say that they need to carry on what they were doing in the first half and. Let me let you get back to it because you're right. It's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a close game, man. Don't expect no blowout here. We had a blowout last year. We ran the ball down their throats and we made them look like they just weren't on our level. That's fantastic. If something like that happens again this year,
that was in Oakland.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Fantastic. I'll take it. But I'm not expecting that. Okay, I'm not expecting that. For us, we need to shut down their run. Plain and simple, we need to shut down Denver's run, okay? And we've done pretty well with primary running backs. Most of the lead running backs haven't really gotten home a whole lot of yards. Those of you who play fantasy football, every single time that you had one of the running backs that was going up against the Raiders, you probably weren't too happy unless you had a dude from last week. Yeah, and most of those wasn't running. That was catching little passes. But anyways, let's not get pissed off again. Let's leave that in the trash, right? In the toilet.
In the toilet bowl.
But we gotta stop the run, okay? And that starts with Chris Anderson, right? We gotta shut him down. And the Raiders have done pretty well. We've done pretty well as far as shutting down lead running backs.
Yeah.
The other thing that we need to do is when we do get the pressure on the quarterback, we cannot allow them to leak out. Okay, we saw this against the Tennessee Titans. We're talking about how we were blitzing and some of our guys were falling back into zone coverage.
Yeah.
Whoever is the last man on the line cannot afford to give up the edge. Okay? All of a sudden, the pocket starts to collapse and you guys give up the edge. Now you gave this dude a running lane and he's getting free. When more than likely he was confused by the zone and he didn't get rid of the ball because he was still trying to find who was open. Okay, you hold your lane, you hold your place. Maybe the edges get to him. Maybe we get that sack, that coverage sack. Okay, you gotta hold your edge, man. Don't give up that edge. Don't let this quarterback run because you know what? For whatever you want to say about Trevor Siemian, he's got legs. He can run. Okay, he can actually run, and he will run for some first downs, like the ridiculous ones that we've seen in the past few games where quarterbacks are running for 3rd and 19 and some nonsense like that. That stuff's going to continue to happen if you don't hold your lane. I appreciate the effort. I appreciate you trying to make a play, but sometimes you got to use your brain instead of your brawn, okay? Use the brain instead of the brawn. If you hold your lane, you keep this dude in the pocket, Khalil's going to get to him. Because I don't care who's holding on to him. I don't care who's blocking him. They're not going to hold on to him for 3, 4, 5 seconds of a play, okay? He's going to get there eventually. Hold your lane. Keep him in the pocket. And let the edge rushers get to him. Because it's going to happen. For me, that's pretty much it. Obviously, David Amerson, you got to do better, man. You got to do better. We've seen multiple weeks now where you are actually pretty good in coverage. But for whatever reason, you're just making some bad. There's just some misplays, man. You're just not getting yourself in position correctly. You're not getting your hands up high enough. Whatever it may be, carry that chip on your shoulder from last week, and make some plays this week. Get those balls batted down like we started seeing after you gave up the touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see out of you.
Keep that chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, man. Get mad. And KJ, keep on doing what you do, man.
Don't
like
stop.
lay the lumber, man. KJ, you're the smallest guy on the field. You hit the hardest out of everybody on our team.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Keep on doing what you do, man. Keep on lighting those run. Yeah.
What you doing, baby?
Light those running backs up, man, when you see them, when you get a chance. And just bring the heat, man. Bring the heat. And I like the blitzes, but let's not be predictable.
Yeah.
All right, let's not be predictable.
I saw us run the same blitz 3 times last week.
Exactly.
And the first time we ran it, we got beat for a touchdown. Why we ran it 2 more times, I don't know. It's aggressive. I like it. I wanted the blitzing. I was a big champion of Pagano when he came on board, but let's be situational. Let's disguise it. Let's switch things up.
Yeah.
Things have to look different this week.
Yeah.
That's one of my keys to the game. You can keep doing the same thing. You can keep your concepts. You can keep your philosophy, but let's make it look different. Key number 1. Key number 2, Denver only allowing 59 yards rushing per game.
Yeah.
That's first in the league. Do I feel like we can change that? No, probably not. We're probably not going to put up 125 on them like we did last year at home. It is Denver, but we can't give up on the run game. We got to have a nice mix of run pass. You got to keep them honest regardless and mix it up a little bit. I'd like to see the entire stable used this week a little bit more often. I think DeAndre Washington's been underused. Kid's got great hands and good size to go with it. I think he can be an asset. The underneath passing game will be key this week. The other thing is Demaryius Thomas, and I'm looking at it right here. Demaryius Thomas not doing well against Oakland historically. Terrific wide receiver in the NFL, but for whatever reason, just not doing well against Oakland. He's getting, I'm reading here on Silver and Black Pride, 6 grabs and 80 yards per game, but just 9 catches, 103 yards in 2 games against Oakland last year. So whatever it is, whatever the recipe's been for Thomas, keep it happening. And then Trevor Siemian, he's got to go down. He's got to go down hard.
Yes.
Because I think the most interesting and enticing matchup in this game is Khalil Mack versus Menelik Watson.
Oh! Hey, I said we said it earlier, right? We said I think after the first week, right? We're talking about actually one of our bloggers. I don't remember who it was, but shout out to you. You called it out. You said Menelik's trash, right? And I text you and I text you that same game, same night. I text you, I was like, oh, Menelik sucks, man. He's just giving up all kinds of people are coming around him. So Khalil, I fully expect you to give him the big brother treatment.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, this one's for real. This
And
is not,
just smack him down and remind him why he wasn't cut out to be a Raider. Okay?
right.
Remind him why he was let go.
This isn't a shells and shorts practice.
No.
This isn't training camp.
No.
Expose him.
Expose him, okay? And let everybody know why he's no longer a Raider.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everybody knows he's bad, but Khalil, you know why he's bad.
There
You
you
know
go.
all the specifics of what makes him garbage.
There you go.
Let everybody else that's watching on Sunday know he's garbage. And you know what? This is a great chance for retribution in this game for this entire team because last week was Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
There's only one game on TV. Everybody was watching it.
Everybody.
Well, I looked at the broadcast map for this game, and I know this doesn't mean a lot because a lot of people watch Red Zone. A lot of folks have ticket. But this game is being shown on CBS in nearly every single market in the United States.
There you go.
This is the game.
This is it.
This is one of the greatest NFL rivalries. So, of course, they're showing this game.
Yes, of course.
And everybody's tuning in.
In the best, and listen, this is the best, strongest division in the NFL. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even the team that's in our division that's 0-3 could probably beat some, a good half of the rest of the league. So we are a premier division, and that's why we are a premier game. All right. Yeah. So everybody's watching, Raiders. Everybody's watching, and everybody's waiting for you to lay another goose egg.
Yeah, not going to happen.
It's not us. We're not waiting for you to lay another goose egg. Everybody that hates on the Raiders, all the haters, you know who you are. Mm-hmm. If you're listening, you know who you are. Okay?
Of course they're listening.
Niner fans, you know who you are.
They want to know.
Okay? But Niner fans couldn't say nothing because what's their record?
They're owing everything.
Yeah, there you go. So
owing everything.
Niner fans are actually waiting for them to get themselves a win so they can start talking crap about the Raiders.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I was going to break down the numbers. I'm looking at the offensive and defensive comparison for these two teams. But with last week being such a heavily skewed game going the other direction, I really crossing my fingers that it's a fluke. In fact, I'm not crossing my fingers. I know it's a fluke. These numbers are skewed, so I'm not going to get into it too much. But the two breakdowns I want to look at is basically indicative of the type of game this is going to be. Both teams allowing 27 points a game. The Broncos allowing 27.3, the Raiders allowing 27 even. And defensively, the Broncos giving up 21.3 points a game, and the Raiders, I'm sorry, I had that backwards, scoring 27 and 27.3 points a game for the Raiders and Broncos respectively, and we are giving up 21 points and 21.3 points a game for the Raiders and Broncos respectively. So both of these teams are scoring at the same clip, and they are giving up the same amount of points.
And in the same aspect of the defense, right? The passing game.
The passing game, yeah. So whereas the Broncos have the number one ranked rushing defense, they have the 20th ranked pass defense. They flip-flopped from last year, as you already said. So this is a chance for Derek Carr and crew to get back on track, for that offensive line to come in here with the chip on their shoulder and show them that was an anomaly, that they're back at it. The whole entire nation is going to be watching this game. Raider haters are going to be looking for us to fall flat on our face again. And Raider Nation is going to look forward to us showing everybody exactly who we really are.
There you go.
Last week was a case of mistaken identities.
I'll take it.
Right?
I take that.
Okay.
Mistaken identities.
Take it to the bank.
Get your ish together, man.
Get
your ish together.
Yeah.
Yo, and you know what?
Huh.
You said, you know what? You don't expect us to have another one of another big running game against Denver.
Yeah.
But I welcome it. Okay, Raiders, prove us wrong, man. Mm-hmm. Run the ball down the throat, smack them in the mouth, and show them, hey, you know what? You might be ranked at the top of the D, as far as the whole league goes, but we can still run the ball on.
As Al Davis said, there are 31 teams in the NFL, and then there's the Oakland Raiders.
There you go. And you know what? I have not lost faith in my offensive line. Have you?
No, not at all.
Okay?
Not at all.
And I don't want to hear anybody else saying that they lost faith in their offensive line either, because bottom line is, this is still the premier offensive line in the NFL. Did they show up last week? No. Does that change anything? No. Get back on your game. Do what you do. Mm-hmm. I read a quote this week from Von Miller.
Okay.
Who said he's always considered the Oakland offensive line as the best line.
Wow. That's respect right there.
So there's your respect, okay? The fact that Von Miller, who's considered the best edge rusher in the game, says that Oakland has the best. Not saying that they're the second best, like people were saying all last year, right? Yeah. He's saying that they have the best offensive line.
That's a hell of a quote.
That's a hell of a quote.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that we are the real deal. We just got to remember that come Sunday. All right?
Yeah.
Remember that come Sunday, and if somebody smacks you in the mouth, don't go holding back. Don't feel bad because you got smacked in the mouth. Go out there and smack them back, man. What are you waiting on? All right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see what I saw last week where the line was just collapsing, because we were collapsing.
Yeah, it was ugly.
It was ugly. I don't want to see that, okay? I want to see, okay, you give up a sack, okay, one and done, and let's get back on it. All right?
That's it.
Let's get back on it.
That's it. Now for our final segment, I See You. We do this every week.
I see you.
So during this segment, we dive down into the comment section on our blog, and I extrapolate a quote for one reason or another. And I got a quote right now. I'm fishing for maybe another one. Free Alden now. That's cute. It's not going to happen. You should be saying lock Sean Smith up. Hey-o. I'm just kidding. No, so the quote that I pulled was from Radiar. fantastic member of our community. He puts up a prediction poll every week. We usually tack that on to this episode. So if you go to pj4f.com, if you're listening from SoundCloud, iTunes, or Stitcher, pull up the website. You'll go to the post with the podcast. So it should be the most recent post if you're listening to this now. Before the game, and scroll down to the bottom, you will see the weekly prediction poll right there. You can put in your score prediction, and you can put in your MVP in the game, and usually has one other question on there for you guys. And if you win, you should be proud of yourself. That's really all I can give you. But but Radiar says this may not be a must-win game, but if we lose it, the next several become must-win games. And the reason why I pulled this out is because, Radiar, you're a really smart dude, and I agree with pretty much all your takes, but you're wrong. This is a must-win game.
Yeah.
This is our first divisional game of the season.
It's must-win.
It's a must-win game.
It's a must-win.
It's on the road. We had our chance to beat Denver on the road last year, sapped when Carr went down with injury, right?
Yep.
We had a chance to sweep them last year, and,
Yep.
here we are again on the porch of destiny, ready to sweep these guys and take the division back.
And let's remind them what would have happened to them last year had we had our quarterback. Okay, that's number one. Okay, you gotta pass last year.
Yeah.
Okay, at the end of the year, you gotta pass because you didn't have to face Derek Carr. Okay, let's remind them of that because this is a must-win. Don't make any mistakes about it, man.
Yeah, don't get it. I don't want there to be no misunderstandings. You understand?
Yo, and on top of that too. Okay, we're looking at the Chiefs, who are undefeated right now, and the Broncos, who are tied up with us. If this isn't a must-win game, then I don't know what is. Staying at a third place in our own division,
Yeah.
it's a must-win game.
And look, the Redskins face off against KC this Sunday, so it is definitely a must-win game because if the Redskins are for real, like they think they are right now, because
Right.
Josh Norman's over there woofing a bunch of boo-boo,
Yeah.
then we must win this game to get back on top. We won't be on top. I think we'll still be in second place because of tiebreakers and divisional records, so on and so forth. But it's a step in the right track because, like I said in the first segment, we are a wild card team until further notice. KC has a monkey on our back, and they are number one slot right now. They have a running back averaging 8 yards per carry, and we got a defense that has struggled against the run. We are looking to get on track, okay? Again, I don't want there to be any misunderstandings. We are a wild card team until further notice. Even with a 13-3 record, we may still be a wild card team. That makes every week in the NFL a must-win game for us. We need to put up the best record in the NFL to win our division this year, in my opinion. It's going to be between us and the Kansas City Chiefs and maybe even the Denver Broncos, although I do heartily expect them to fade away by mid-season. They're doing well right now. They got a defense that's going to keep them in there, but the bottom line is they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback, and without one of those, you can't succeed in the NFL. Shout out Trent Dilfer. Hey, it happens, okay? But what I'm trying to say is this is a must-win game. Okay?
It is, without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a must-win game.
For all the
okay?
reasons, for all
no
the reasons,
mistakes.
for all the reasons I just said, and also for the reason that we can't afford to drop back-to-back games this year at any time.
Hell no.
At any time.
Hell
It's
no.
Very early in the season, I would like to get out of the first quarter with a 3-1 record. Let's move on to the second quarter
There you go.
and keep it pushing because we got another chance of retribution coming up when KC when KC meets us on was that Thursday Night Football. This is a Thursday night game. Yeah, tickets for that game are like $3,000 right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
But that just means we're doing good things. So,
yeah.
anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Yo, I just want to say real quick, those of you who are following us on IG will have seen that we had to switch up the beverage.
That's it. Yeah, I meant to ask you this. What are you drinking?
We had to switch up the beverage this week. Unfortunately, I say this unfortunately because Belching Beaver, you make a really good beer. All right. But unfortunately, we didn't win again. So you're no longer my good luck beer. You're just a really tasty beer that I drink on the side. Okay. Which I'm drinking right now. But I had to start off the show with Old Faithful. Okay. I had to go ahead and pick up that good old Stone Ruination 2.0. That double IPA. I had to go strong. I had to go back to the strong game because we need to get strong this week.
We need to deliver some ruination.
We need to we need to bring the strength. Okay, so I had to go in and pick up that ruination, that 2.0. So shout out to Stone. I became a fan of yours while I was living in San Diego. But yeah, that's what we're drinking today. Hopefully this becomes our comeback beer. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And as long as it's the comeback beer, it will be on lock. It'll be on hold.
We're going to keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
Let's get a W this week.
But Belgian Beaver, I got you locked down in my fridge at home. Don't worry about you. I shot you out too.
She's a side piece still, but
yo, on top, I'm just going to share this. This is some personal stuff, but we were doing some research as to which beers are best for a woman who's breastfeeding.
Okay.
Because,
enlighten me.
Belgian Beaver is one of those beers, man.
Is it really?
This peanut butter stout helps with lactation.
Well, there you go.
Maybe that's too much information.
It is a milk stout.
I apologize, honey, if you're hearing this and you're upset because I'm sharing this business with everybody. But nobody knows us, so it's all good.
Yeah. So Che's got your back for all those Raider fans out there that are expecting or nursing. He's got your back.
Peanut butter stout.
It is
by the Belgian Beaver. I think it's like the number 3 beer. And it's because of the brewer's yeast, because of the peanut butter, because of the oatmeal, all that good stuff. So, get yourself a dark get yourself a dark beer. If you are a woman, you just had a baby and you're breastfeeding, and you do have a hankering for some alcoholic beverage, stouts are the way to go.
All right.
I didn't know this, man.
Okay.
This is what you learn when you become a father.
All right.
Get it done.
That was your quick hit of the week right there. So, ladies. Actually, that reminds me, I saw today that there's a gentleman, they just had twins, and he named them Raider and Nation.
Oh.
Yeah. So when he has to yell for his kids, he's like, Raider Nation!
Raider Nation!
So, I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, on that note, we're out of here. I just want to remind you guys to check out our store, pj4f.com/shop. That's pillagingjustforfun.com/shop. You can spell it either way if you're into that whole brevity thing. It's pj4f.com. Tune in every week on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Radio. Call us and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, _pillaging_podcast, or just search the Pillaging Podcast on Google. You will find us everywhere.
There you go.
Don't forget to send us your fan-submitted articles. I do publish fan-submitted articles. I don't talk about that enough on air. But if you fancy yourself a writer, you got a hot take or something that you want to get off, I have no word limit or anything like that. Just send me what you got. I do editing. I will spiff up your piece if it needs it. And hopefully it passes muster and you will see yourself published online. So I want to give everybody out there that's an aspiring writer, member of Raider Nation, a chance to get your stuff out there. So come to our website, check out the contact section, and just email me and we'll get it cracking. And
and if you're not a blogger, if you don't fancy yourself a writer, drop some comments on the IG, man. We always welcome those too.
Just interact with us. Get at us. We're out there. I'm Kenny Stapler. I'm joined every week by my co-host,
your boy Chip. Peace.
Just win, baby.